Welcome back, everyone. I am the MoeChicken, and we're back with more Radical Dreamers. The last episode, I complained about Chrono Cross a lot, and then we talked to an old dude, and then we fought some goblins. And now we are on our way back up to the first floor, because we have to go to the ballroom and pull in the third candlestick from the left, or so says the old man. Apparently, there's a secret passage in the ballroom, so let's go check it out. Head left, towards the ballroom. Excuse me. This is the ballroom. Yep. Well, now enter is the default option. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. A countless number of candles spectacularly illuminate this huge room. An old-fashioned grandfather clock stands on the right, ticking away with a morbid stillness. I step into the center of the hall, looking upwards at the oil canvases shimmering in the low light. Okay, third one on the left, Kid says quietly. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. As Kid slowly pushes against the candlestick, it starts to move slowly, due to the fact that she is slowly pushing it. What's going on? What's going on? I stammer, trying to brace myself. This entire room is slowly sinking into the ground, Maggle says. The ballroom is sinking? All of it? Suddenly, the room starts to fall much faster. Chills run down my spine as I look around, seeing the paintings smacking against the walls and candles dropping to the floor. As I start to get used to the sinking sensation, my heart fills with a violent mixture of anxiety, expectation, and hope that awaits for us at the bottom. Frozen flame. Could it really be down here? Is this our adventure's end? What if we actually take it into our hands? Kid, Maggle. I wonder what they're feeling right now. As the room continues to sink underground like an elevator to hell, I start to hear Kid speak in a soft, meek voice. Oh, emotion time. Sometimes I do struggle to win, even when I know I've already lost, just like that lady said. Why do I do that? Looking over her, I realize this isn't the Kid I usually see. There, a faint, shy smile can be seen across her face. Suddenly, I feel something so powerful go through me, it feels like a wave of fire surging against my heart. Don't worry, we can't lose. Yeah, confidence. Whatever, Kid says beneath her breath, smiling faintly. Sayings like those never made much sense to me. There's never a case where there ain't a doubt, or a single one. But, thanks, mate. She looks towards me with a meek smile. Looking at her, I realize there could never be another girl like her in the entire world, ever. Except there kind of was. But we're not going to get into that. The shy laugh she sported a moment ago has reverted into a sort of mysterious gaze. As I stare at her, she asked me, "Hi, what's up with you all of a sudden?" Nothing. You just look like a different person there for a second. Really? She says in astonishment, tilting her head. It's probably because of the frozen flame. Oh, it's probably because of the frozen flame. We're getting close, Maggle says. His low, rumbling voice causes the shadows of the room to tremble. Oh, do they? It doesn't now. What do you mean? Kid asks with a wrinkled brow. Look inside yourself and you will find the answer, Kid. The struggle for your catharsis is upon you. What in the world are you talking about? Oh. Suddenly, a metallic grinding sound can be heard from all around us. The room comes to a stop, swaying a bit. Guess this is all stop, Kid says with a hollow laugh. I stand motionless, staring at Kid and Maggle in the dim, flickering luminescence. Oh! Suddenly the organ comes to life. Looking back towards the monstrous thing, no one is even near it. Nevertheless, it continues to play its strange, twisted tune, the keys and pedals moving wildly on their own. Sounds like a funeral march. Just kidding. Bad joke, kid. Alright. Let's do this, Kid says, taking a deep breath as she heads for the door. I glance at Maggle, nodding in my head as we follow her out. That's a funeral march, all right. Lynx's, that is. I actually really like that song. The da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a neat song. It's very brief, though. We start down the long, dark path in front of us. The air down here carries a thick stench of death. Somewhere further down this passage, Lynx's subterranean hideout awaits. Kid's got a strange look on her face. I can't imagine what must be going through her head right now. Maggle, on the other hand, I can never read him. But still, we usually talk a little, lightening things up, but right now nobody's making a sound. I try to offer some conversation, hoping to avoid the increasing tension. Why are we after the frozen flame? My question is met with nothing but a cold gaze from Kid. There's no response from her. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't heard Kid talk much about anything in her past, ever. But then, just as I think I'm not going to be answered, she starts to speak. I made a promise with my big sis to get the frozen flame and bury it for her. Bury it for her? Where? At our old friend's grave. Kid looks down at her feet, continuing. I was still little at the time, so I can't remember much of it, but there was this friend of hers who she'd grown up with, who died a while back. She said she wanted him to be able to rest with a frozen flame. I don't know what she meant by that, but after what happened at the temple, I vowed to get my revenge and honor what she wanted. That's another crappy Chrono Cross thing that they did, which I kind of really don't approve of, but I'm not going to get into it. I stay silent, not knowing what kind of reply to offer. I should have talked about it more before, but before I got you involved in everything, I guess, she says after a while. It's bad, Serge. Nothing but the sound of our footsteps echoing around us, we continue on, deeper and deeper into the passageway. Suddenly, Maggle comes to a stop. Do not move. Huh? Kid and I look around suspiciously. Around us, bones are scattered in all directions. Many of them have been cut cleanly in half. Looking around more, amidst the dim light, I start to see that the walls have been spattered with blood. Then, suddenly, a trace of light catches my eye from behind. There's a bolt of electricity approaching us, sparkling like a lit fuse on the ground. Coming within a few feet of us, the spark splits off into two, forming a circle around us. Once the circle is complete, an odd glow starts to shine at our feet. Then, from where the sparks had traced, light shoots upward, forming a wall all around us. Oh. It's a devil circle! We try to move, but we find ourselves caught within the rays of light. Get ready for one of the only times you get to see a full body shot of all three characters. Marvel at my stupid hat! With the scalding, noisy winds whirling all around us, all I see are rays of glimmering, shimmering light in every direction I look. What do I do? I can't see anything in all this light. Maggle grabs me by the shoulder and returns me to the center of the circle. Thankfully, he seems to be able to see fine. His mask is probably shielding his eyes from the radiance. Oh, he's got sunglasses on there? There was always a way out of a devil circle. We must find the gaps to walk through. If you say so. Suddenly, Kid's elbow grazes one of the walls. Sparks scatter in all directions. She instantly snaps her arm back, wincing in pain. Unable to see any gaps whatsoever, I hesitantly start to make my way towards the blinding wall of light. Oh, this is what the Griffin told us. What was it? 3 right? I think it was 3 right, 2 left, 2 right. Come on, to the right a little. There! Come on, now! From where we stand, a small gap in the wall can be seen all of a sudden. Holding my breath, I leap into it with my arms shielding my face. Alright, we made it through. However, I open my eyes only to see even more of these glimmering walls swirling before us. Okay. Unable to see any gaps whatsoever, I hesitantly start to make my way towards the blinding wall of light. So 2 left. 2 left. 2 left. 2 left. We've got to go to the left a little. There! Come on, now! From where we stand, a small gap in the wall can be seen all of a sudden. Holding my breath, I leap into it with my arms shielding my face. Alright, We made it through. However, I open my eyes only to see even more of these glimmering walls swirling before us. Alright, now we go to right, I think. Unable to see any gaps whatsoever ahead and make us a little blind wall of light. To right. Yeah. To the right, slowly. There! Come on, now! From where we stand, a small gap in the wall can be seen all of a sudden. Holding my breath, I leap into it with my arms shielding my face. And we're out. Yay! We survived! Da-dee-dee-dee! I scurry away from the blood-curdling thing as fast as I can. Looking back, I see it vanish in a puff of smoke, just as quickly as it arrived. The wind instantly dies down around us as well, and all the dust and grime that was blowing around falls back to the floor in a flash. Everything has returned to a quiet stillness. Too quiet stillness. And so, heading down the hallway further and further, eventually... last. Kid steps toward the mighty set of doors, letting out a sigh of relief. Beyond this door, the frozen flame. Or, actually, I don't know who said that. Maybe that was supposed to be Maggle. I'm not really sure. From behind his mask, Maggle's eyes let loose a cool radiance. Also, we're going to save? Oh, I can't save! Oh no! I can't save! Okay. Let's go, Kid says eagerly, grasping the handle. No, I can't save. I hope I do this right. Whoa. Oh. There's a big old machine made by H.R. Giger over there. This cavern sprawls out to great lengths before our eyes. A forgotten world, hidden deep below ground. And with a scarlet radiance, a single small gem shimmers in the darkness. The frozen flame. Finally, we're here! The jewel shimmers warmly, almost as if it's responding to Kid's voice. That was her. That wasn't me. Never mind, sorry. Taking a few steps into the moist cavern, Maggle whispers, "Remarkable. Intact ruins of the lost magical kingdom." Zeal. You can tell from the music. Just as I start to ask Maggle what he means, a taunting laugh can be heard from above us. Lynx! Kid immediately pulls her knife out and hurls it through the air with all her might. It doesn't work, and now she's unarmed. As it approaches Lynx, he easily swats it out of the way, almost too quickly for me to see. Always the same. Such a savage little girl. Can't you give a gentleman an honest greeting? You bastard! Kid interrupts. And what have we here? Notorious Shadow Walker. I wouldn't be trying anything like last time if I were you. Beside me, I see Maggle come to a stop. So, this is something I don't know. In Chrono Cross, he's like a cat person. I don't think he's supposed to be a cat in this one, but what is he? He's so weird looking. Like, look at that face. What is he supposed to be? I don't understand this man's face at all. Lord Lynx, with his tiny head and huge shoulders. Viper Manor's deadly owner. And he's surrounded by pink stink. The very same man who murdered Kid's sister, deceived Riddell's father, and eradicated the Acacia Dragoons. Welcome back, Kid. I see you have successfully taken the bait. Loudness as ever. What? Kid says hesitantly, taking a step back. Lynx stares down at her with those frighteningly piercing eyes of his. You see, Kid, I brought you here because of the rock you carry. Which rock? Surely you remember. The one you received from your sister all those years ago. The priceless keepsake you carry with you dearly, even now. She gave you a copy of Chrono Trigger? The Chrono Trick? No, you idiot, the time egg. The thing you get from Gaspar in Chrono Trigger. Don't you know any of the plot line? How'd you know about that? Kid's gaze returns to a scowl. No matter. We're here for the frozen flame. You finished, you bastard!
I just tossed your little threats around. But remember, no matter how many times you think you have won, I have generously demonstrated how gravely you are mistaken.
And with that, Lynx unsheaths a beautiful golden saber.
Previously, I've overlooked doing away with you, letting you scurry on with your pathetic little life. However, this time I may not be so generous. Kid takes another step back, glaring at Lynx as he approaches.
Lynx, you murderer. I'll never forgive you for Luca. This ends here and now! Ooh. Ooh. Listen to this cool song. This is Lynx's theme, and it's almost worth it to play this game just to get to hear Lynx's cool battle theme. I really like it, and I kind of wish they'd used it somewhere in Chrono Cross. That's another thing I'm frustrated at Chrono Cross with. Have I mentioned that I'm frustrated with Chrono Cross? I'll stop. And so Kid leaps into the air in a fit of rage, aiming a kick between Lynx's eyes. That's quite a leap, actually. That's like a 20-foot leap. However, just as she reaches him, he swiftly dodges. Kid stands there, wondering how she could have missed. Beside her, Lynx laughs, taunting her. Jumping up once again, Kid lets loose a fierce kick. She's just gonna jump everywhere, I guess. Skimming the top of his nose, her kick cuts through nothing but air. In a parry attack, Lynx sends his razor-sharp golden saber through the air, but Kid's already leapt back. The two face each other, only a few feet apart. Where are they standing? He's clearly on like a stalagmite all on his own.
If only you had been a bit faster, Kid, Lynx says, smiling.
All of a sudden, a line of red streaks across Kid's face. Kid? Wiping off the blood, Kid angrily rushes Lynx in a flash. Oh, he cut her. Okay, now I get it. In a flash through the air. Effortlessly dodging, Lynx drives the sword into her back as soon as she lands. Oh, why are we not helping? Kid bends back in alarming pain. Somehow staying on her feet, she stumbles back and readies herself to charge again. Stupid little brat. Lynx lands an elbow onto Kid's shoulder, knocking her clear down to the ground. I feel her pain from the pit of my stomach as I watch, as I start to see blood trickling from her lips. And watch. What's wrong, little girl? Once again, Kid tries to lash out at Lynx, but he easily kicks her, sending her back into a pile of rubble. Lynx then looks upward, focusing his concentration on the ceiling. As I look up, I see a number of rocks have come dislodged from the cavern, tumbling down onto her. Kid! I call out as soon as I rush over to her. Now actually trying to help. However, just as soon as I start to, I see Maggle's already there. He streaked across the shadows, putting himself between Lynx and Kid. Saying nothing, Lynx shoots a thread of white light out of his fingertips. This is hard. The thread-like substance entangles Maggle, binding his feet together. He hits the ground with a thud. Thud! He was very ineffective. In a dazzling radiance, a countless number of threads fly out from Lynx's fingertips. They immobilize Maggle completely, leaving only his head visible. How does that feel, Shadow Walker? Have you felt my web start to drain your life energy yet? Lynx says, smiling ominously. Grr! Ooh, you! How dare you! Kid, Maggle, what am I gonna do? Stand up to Lynx. Bring it on, bro! I know you just tore through my more capable friends like it weren't no thing, but I'm wearing a dumb hat! I look over at Lynx and fearlessly start running towards him. However, Lynx instantly sees me and takes a quick swing. Immediately dodging, the sword barely misses my shoulder. Shit! Just like Kid, he's unknowingly managed to slice it. He didn't know that he did it? Young man, spare yourself and give up now. Look at my dumb face. Look at how stupid I am. He strangles me with his long, disgusting fingers. Your fingers are gross. Then he starts to lift me up by the neck. Struggling for air, I painfully hang there, unable to tear myself free of his powerful grip. Look, Kid, look at your pathetic little companion suffering. You can make this all stop if you want. With blood dripping from her lips, Kid opens one of her eyes. Painfully gasping and coughing from underneath the pile of rocks, she lifts her head up to us. She still wants to get up, but she's hurt far too badly. Surge! Hand over the Chrono Trigger, Kid. I really want to play it, and it's kind of hard to find original copies at this point. Little do you know, but that rock is actually a tiny, condensed universe. When combined with the frozen flame, it gains the power to bend space-time, allowing its owner to reshape history. This all could have never happened if you merely wish it. Saying this, Lynx looks towards me, expressionless.
And what about you, young man? Perhaps you know where the Chrono Trigger is? He asks, tightening his grip. Surge! What are you going to do, kid? Can you afford to let this little boy die without helping? How will it feel to have his blood on your hands? As Lynx grasps tighter and tighter, I find myself starting to lose it. Lynx's face becomes a blur. Did I lose? Did I do bad? Did I do it bad? Suddenly, Kid's voice snaps me back to attention. I'm sorry, Surge. What should I do?
Don't give it to him. Don't do it.
My consciousness fading. Ellipses.
Surge, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I can hear Kid call out to me, but her voice continues to fade, getting further and further away. Kid. Oh! Oh, check it out! We got one of the bad endings! Yay! We got the bad ending! Oops! Was I supposed to like ask her to do what he said? I thought she would save me. Oh no! Oops! Well, I died. So there's that. Huh. I could have sworn that's what I usually do. I guess I'll go ahead and explain. What you're seeing here is basically the standard ending where Maggle and Kid stand on a hill and watch the birds from Secret of Mana. But usually Surge is there too, and there's like a whole other part that didn't happen. I guess you're not supposed to. Huh. Well. Alright, well, I guess I'll have to do another run through of that and chicken out and just be like, yeah, totally give him the rock. I guess I also could have chosen not to stand up to him and gone over to help Kid. There were all sorts of poor decisions that led to my death, so. Wow, I'm really surprised. I thought like I was doing everything right, and then we get the bad ending. Huh. One of them. This is one of the bad endings. Oh, but that is an ending. That is an ending. I mean, in the next episode, I'll try to get the good ending. But much like Chrono Trigger, this game has many endings, and it has like strange endings, strange plot devices, all kinds of fun stuff, all of which becomes available after you play through it once. So we're not done, even though we are seeing the end credits. Even though I was strangled to death, there's more to come. So I hope you look forward to seeing what else happens. And there are all the birds. And that was the story of how I died. Come to think of it, how did I write a diary? Oh, it's actually considered an ending. So this is the full list of endings. This is the Le Trésor Interdit ending. You know, I'm not satisfied with that. I'm not satisfied with that. I want to try and get the good ending. It's going to be a long episode. We're just going to go until we get to it. So, Ed, just fast forward until we get back to the fight with Lynx. So, I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey, everybody. I'm back. So I decided since we were doing this again, since I was going to do this again, I would answer the opposite questions. First of all, the responses in if you say like the fate question in the elevator are better. It's just a better conversation. She talks about how she feels like no matter what happens, she always was guided by something, and leave that to your own imagination. But this time I asked, "What is the frozen flame?" and Maggle's about to talk. So here we go. Just as I start to think no one is going to answer, Maggle starts to speak, his low voice echoing throughout the stone corridor. It was said to be a gem, which soothes all scars, granting eternal life to its owner. Or so people believed. The frozen flame is more than just an object. It's not of this world. It descended from the heavens long ago, part of a huge meteorite. Once, there lived a people who sought to harness its power, hoping to tap into their yet unknown potential, and so it became a treasure of great importance and dreams. However, whether a gift which bestows power is actually a blessing or a curse is another question altogether. Since the birth of humanity, at least one entire race has fallen because of it. These people once built a great, thriving metropolis with its power, but now all knowledge of this era has been completely lost within the sands of time. A faint feeling of distress comes across Maggle's voice throughout his speech. But then, how do you know about all this? I ask. Again, no answer. Keeping silent, I continue walking. Our footsteps once again become the only sound filling this dark path. Well, whether any of that's true or not, it'll all lead us to the same place. Say your prayers, Lynx. We're coming for you. That's all I know, and that's plenty. Frozen flame. What in the world could Lynx see in that mysterious rock? Remembering the painting in the study, the one with the black gem which had a burning glow inside it. Could that have been the frozen flame? If that's the case, in the painting it seemed like all the world was at its mercy, flowing and melting into it. I start to wonder if this is such a good idea coming here, toying with this ancient artifact. Flooded with thoughts, I pause for a moment to take a deep breath and calm myself. Continuing on a moment later, I feel as though I'm a bit more at peace. Okay, so now we gotta do the cage of light thingy, so we'll cut away again and be back when Lynx comes back, so see you in a bit. Okay, welcome back everybody. We're at the point where I get this option. I'm actually gonna help Kid this time. Kid! She looks over towards me. With blood trickling from her mouth, she only moves a little. Kid, are you alright? She lies there motionless, wincing painfully. Serge, it's okay, Kid. I'm here for you. How kind. But however, I think you should be more concerned with your own well-being, young man. An icy chill runs down my spine as I hear the evil voice behind me. I stand up and turn around. Well, that didn't help very much. So you, whoever you are, opposing me is quite useless, as you obviously have seen. And in a flash, Lynx grabs me by the neck. This isn't going much better. He strangles me with his long, disgusting fingers. Ew! Then he starts to lift me up by my neck. Struggling for air, I painfully hang there, unable to tear myself free of his powerful grip. Look, Kid. Look at your pathetic little companion suffering. You can make this all stop if you want. With blood dripping from her lips, Kid opens one of her eyes. Painfully gasping and coughing, she lifts her head up to us. She still wants to get up, but she's hurt far too badly. Surge! Hand over the chrono trigger, Kid. Little do you know, but that rock is actually a tiny condensed universe. I feel like I've said this before, but whatever. When combined with the frozen flame, it gains the power to bend space-time, allowing its owner to reshape history. This all could have never happened if you merely wish it. Saying this, Lynx looks towards me, expressionless. And what about you, young man? Perhaps you know where the chrono trigger is? He asks, tightening his grip. Surge! What are you going to do, Kid? Can you afford to let this little boy die without helping? How will it feel to have his blood on your hands? As Lynx grasps tighter and tighter, I find myself starting to lose it. Lynx's face becomes a blur. Suddenly, Kid's voice snaps me back to attention. I'm sorry, Serge. What should I do?
Do what he wants.
Do it. I don't want to die.
There's still places I want to go, like the ending sequence, things I want to see. My consciousness fading. Did I die anyway? Did I die anyway? I think I died anyway.
Still got a bad ending. Well, crap. Huh. Well, I don't know how you get that other ending then now. Well, this is a very long episode for nothing, seems like. That's unfortunate. I swear there's another ending. Where you survive. Well, I tell you what, Ed, I'll make you do work. I'll make you do more work now that we've got a very long episode. Doesn't that sound great, buddy? I want you to look it up. Man, maybe we'll just experiment off camera or something, but I feel like there is a way to do this such that everyone survives. That you can make it so that all three characters escape. I feel like I've seen it. Maybe it's just one of the other endings and I'm forgetting that, but I feel like there is an ending wherein everyone's fine. So, if you know what I'm talking about, if you could find it and you can give us any sort of information here. There it is. There's whatever Ed found. Now, as for the rest of the series, we've now finished the main game. You've seen the main story of Radical Dreamers, except for the good ending, which, again, I don't know what I did wrong. But it's not really that different. Basically, there was a substantial sequence at the end, which, again, we will hopefully be able to find, but in terms of what you're looking at here, just Surge will be there too, so that's the only change. But as I mentioned, there are several additional endings, and many of them are very funny. Some of them are super weird. There's a horror-themed one, which is kind of scary. So we're going to keep playing. I'm just going to keep playing. I don't know exactly how we'll edit the future episodes, because a lot of stuff is the same, like a lot of the manor is the same, there's a lot of walking around, so Ed will have to figure it out. I'm gonna dump all this on Ed. That's how I usually do it, so. But again, yeah, this has been Radical Dreamers. Again, in the absence of the better ending, I mean, this falls right in line with how Masato Kato wrote a lot of things for both this game and Chrono Cross, so yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, but know that there is a better ending, and I'm just not getting it tonight, but there will be more Radical Dreamers to come, so I hope you'll come back and join me for that. I am the MoeChicken, this has been Radical Dreamers, and I'm not signing off quite yet. Thanks for stopping by.